Good morning everybody, and I'm really very happy to be with you today at the launching of a joint effort between UNEP and FIESP, which materialized in guidelines on sustainable consumption and production, highlighting trends and opportunities for the business sector who is willing to embrace sustainable consumption and production patterns. While I know that UNEP is very well represented at this meeting, as our Brazil office director Denise Amu is with you, I couldn't refrain from joining, given the fact that we hold together the opportunities of working with the colleagues of FIESP in materializing these guidelines. When discussing about this intervention during the launching day, the first question that came up was, why is it so important to have those guidelines today, and what's their effect and the opportunity associated with that? And when thinking about that, the discussion immediately came to the fact that this year is a year where the international community will actually agree upon a sustainable development framework that will lead us after 2015 to a brighter future for humankind. And within that framework there's a very, very clear role that should be played by the business community, with a very special attention to small and medium-sized enterprises. And there is a very pivotal function that has to be played by a transformation towards more sustainable consumption and production patterns. So the publication and the effort that UNEP has been doing jointly with FIESP is actually extremely timely, and as an opportunity to show how the business community can engage in this effort under the leading role that FIESP is showing in identifying opportunity and path for this transformation to materialize. So the timeliness could help us offer an opportunity of how those transformations could materialize in the business sector in Brazil, but also I understand has already attracted the attention from some specific sectoral industrial associations that want to lead by example in demonstrating how those transformations could actually concretely materialize in their sector, as well as it has an opportunity to really play a leading role in offering an inspiration for other countries globally to follow the example that UNEP and FIESP have been materializing now in Brazil through the development of these guidelines. And the second question that was brought forward when thinking about why is it so important to have those guidelines in place is, what does it mean going towards more sustainable consumption and production patterns for the business sector? What's the opportunity? What's the business case behind it? And obviously a number of replies come to mind when thinking about the opportunity for businesses. The first one of which is immediately linked to market opportunities, access to new market, being able to respond to the requirements of consumers that are looking for more sustainable solutions to be available for them. And we're thinking about a variety of consumers, both in business-to-business relationship, as well as the government as consumer through sustainable public procurement, and I understand that this is particularly relevant in the case of Brazil, as well as engaging sustainability decisions for individual consumers that can pick the option of more sustainable choices for their life. In addition to that, there's also opportunities into strengthening the position of businesses within the market. This means having a more stable position within the supply chain because of offering the opportunity of being a strong and reliable partner within the supply chain. A second important driver is also associated with the regulatory conditions. Obviously, businesses that have the capacity to understand what are the new environmental and social requirements that are associated with sustainable development, are important actors to be engaged within a discussion that brings together policymaker and private sector to develop more effective, more fruitful, more effective, more efficient policy framework for such a transformation. Not only that, looking at sustainable consumption and production decision as also the opportunity of multiplying effectiveness and productivity along the entire supply chain, multiplying the effect of resource and energy efficiency along the entire supply chain, therefore generating a benefit for the partners of the supply chain, but also for the ultimate users of the product. We also tend to see that those businesses that embrace sustainable consumption and production, that agree to go ahead with innovation for sustainability, will be able to tap new financial opportunities. There are a number of financial institutions at the global level that are actually very much looking forward to investing in more sustainable businesses. And last but not least, I think that it's becoming more and more evident that employees and workers actually value the opportunity of being able to work in a company that has principles and philosophy that really respect the environment, the society, the local community in which they are engaged and operate. So we do think that there's evidence that it really makes business sense to be embracing more sustainable consumption and production patterns. And we also see that these will be leading the way to replicating cooperative efforts such as the one that FIESP has been facilitating, bringing together international organization of the UN system, as well as policymakers and other actors to really be changers towards more sustainable consumption and production decisions. With this, allow me to conclude by saying that it was really a big pleasure to be part of the team that materialized this publication. The UNEP office here in Paris has really been delighted to work with the team of FIESP in really generating this first effort of really motivating towards a more strong engagement to shift towards sustainable consumption and production. And wish you all a very, very nice continuation of the event.